Switzerland isn't just about mountains and chocolate. It's home to some of the most unreal train journeys in the world. But here's the twist. These trains don't just take you from one town to another. They carve through glaciers, climb impossible peaks, and glide past hidden villages you've probably never even heard of. Imagine sitting in a glass roof carriage, snow exploding off cliffs just a few feet away, while the track winds higher and higher into the clouds. It feels less like public transport and more like stepping into another universe. The Glacier Express may be called the world's slowest express train, but that's part of its charm. The ride takes about 8 hours, linking Zermatt and St. Moritz, two of Switzerland's most famous alpine resorts. Instead of rushing, this journey invites you to slow down and take in every curve, every valley, and every snowy peak along the way. The panoramic glass windows are enormous, designed to frame the Alps like moving paintings. On clear days, the Matterhorn dominates the skyline, its sharp peak almost surreal against the blue sky. As the train snakes through narrow valleys and up into the mountains, you feel like you're gliding through a dreamscape. But perhaps the most dramatic stretch is the Rhine Gorge, known as the Swiss Grand Canyon. Here, sheer cliffs plunge into turquoise waters below, while the train rolls across 291 bridges and through 91 tunnels. Every turn offers another jaw-dropping view, reminding passengers that Switzerland is best enjoyed slowly. The Bernina Express is a masterpiece of engineering and beauty, so much so that it's a UNESCO World Heritage route. It begins in Chaux, Switzerland's oldest city, then climbs across glaciers before spiraling down into Italy. The contrast between icy peaks and sunny Italian villages makes this journey one of the most unique in the world. One highlight is crossing the Landwasser Viaduct, an iconic curved bridge built into sheer cliffs. It feels almost impossible that a train could glide so smoothly over such a daring structure. The train also passes through spiraling viaducts like the Brugio Loop, where the track circles back on itself to conquer the steep terrain. The scenery constantly shifts. Snowy glaciers give way to green valleys, which slowly transform into Italian vineyards and cobblestone piazzas. By the time the train stops in Toronto, the air feels warmer and gelato shops welcome you with open arms. Few journeys let you experience two completely different worlds in one day. The Golden Pass Line is a train ride that feels like 3 journeys in one. Beginning in Lucerne, the train glides past shimmering lakes and dramatic alpine peaks. The blue waters of Lake Lucerne sparkle below, while mountains rise like giants around you. It feels like the perfect opening act for what's to come. What makes this ride special are the Belle Epoque carriages. Inside, you'll find velvet seats, polished wood, and gold accents that transport you back to the golden age of train travel. You don't just ride this train, you live a piece of history, sipping coffee while the landscape scrolls past like an old movie. By the time the train reaches Montreux, the scenery has completely transformed. Snowy peaks and forests fade into vineyards that roll down to the shores of Lake Geneva. With palm trees swaying and the French Alps across the water, it feels like stepping out of Switzerland and into the Riviera. The Gornergrat Railway is Europe's highest open-air cogwheel train, and it feels like climbing into the sky itself. Starting in Zermatt, the line winds upward toward Gornergrat, a ridge that offers some of the most breathtaking views in all of Switzerland. The star attraction is the Matterhorn, one of the most photographed mountains in the world. At sunrise, its sharp peak glows golden, while at sunset, it turns pink and purple against the fading light. The train makes sure passengers never miss a single angle, with wide views at every turn. At the top, the reward is unmatched. From Gornergrat Station, you can see 29 peaks over 4,000 meters high, including massive glaciers carving their way through valleys. The silence of the mountains mixed with the crisp alpine air makes this ride more than a journey. It's a spiritual experience. The Jungfrau Railway is one of Switzerland's crown jewels, taking you to what's called the top of Europe. Starting from Kleinskydeg, the train climbs to Jungfraujoch, perched at 3,454 meters above sea level. The sense of reaching the edge of the world is unmatched. What makes this ride unique are the tunnels dug inside the Eiger Mountain. For long stretches, you're traveling through solid rock, only to emerge at special windows cut into the cliff. These viewing stations let you look straight down the Eiger's north face, a perspective few people ever get to see. When the train finally arrives, the Aletsch Glacier sprawls before you. At 22 kilometers long, it's the largest glacier in the Alps, looking like a frozen ocean flowing between the peaks. Walking out onto the snow, you feel like you've stepped into another world. The Gotthard Panorama Express offers something different, a combination of boat and train. The journey begins with a cruise across Lake Lucerne, where the calm water reflects towering cliffs and small villages on the shore. It's a gentle introduction to a ride full of contrasts. After the boat, you board the train, which follows the historic Gotthard route. This line was once one of Europe's most ambitious engineering projects, carving tunnels through solid rock to connect the north and south of Switzerland. The ride feels like retracing the footsteps of history, as each curve and tunnel tells a story. By the time you reach Lugano, the world has transformed. Snowy peaks and alpine houses have been replaced by palm trees, Mediterranean squares, and a mild climate. It feels like you've traveled across entire countries, even though you never left Switzerland. The Albula line is often called the most beautiful railway in the world, and it lives up to its name. Starting in Cha, the train winds through green valleys, spiraling tunnels, and tall viaducts. Each section feels like it was designed to surprise you. The Landwasser Viaduct is the crown jewel. Here, the train curves onto a 6-arch bridge that leads straight into a tunnel cut into the mountainside. Photographers line up just to capture this moment, and from inside the train, it feels almost like floating. By the time you reach St. Moritz, one of Switzerland's most glamorous resort towns, the views have taken you from wild valleys to sparkling lakes. This isn't just a ride, it's a moving masterpiece. The Brienz-Rothorn Railway is a living piece of history. Built in the 1890s, this steam-powered train still runs today, puffing clouds of smoke as it climbs from Brienz to the Rothorn summit. The sound of the whistle and the smell of coal make it a nostalgic trip back in time. The route climbs through alpine forests and flower-filled meadows. In summer, the hillsides are alive with wildflowers and grazing cows wearing bells that echo through the valleys. The pace is slow, but that's the beauty. You get to savor every moment. At the summit, Lake Brienz sparkles below, glowing turquoise against the green hills. On clear days, you can see as far as the Bernese Alps, making the climb worth every second. The Pilatus Railway holds the world record as the steepest cogwheel railway, climbing at an unbelievable 48% gradient. From the moment you leave Alpnachstad, you're pulled almost vertically into the mountainside. It feels more like a roller coaster than a train. Through the windows, Lake Lucerne stretches far below, while jagged cliffs rise dramatically around you. Every twist feels daring, as if the train is challenging gravity itself. This thrill is what makes Pilatus one of the most unforgettable rides in Switzerland. At the summit, Pilatus Kulm, the panorama is breathtaking. On a clear day, you can see across 70 peaks, from the Black Forest in Germany to the snowy Swiss Alps. If you want nostalgia wrapped in mountain beauty, the Scenic Railway delivers. This line, opened in 1893, uses original wooden carriages pulled by vintage locomotives, making it feel like a ride straight out of history. From the moment you board at Wilderswil, the pace is deliberately unhurried, giving you time to savor every sound, every sight, and every breath of fresh alpine air. The train rattles gently as it climbs, and because the carriages are open air, you can hear the birdsong and feel the cool breeze as you rise higher. Unlike faster modern trains, the Scenic Railway seems determined to slow time down. It's a journey where every detail matters: the squeak of the wheels, the smell of polished wood, the laughter of passengers leaning out for photos. Midway, the landscape opens to sweeping alpine meadows that change with the seasons. In June, carpets of wildflowers stretch across the slopes, while in late summer, the alpine garden bursts into life. Over 600 plant species bloom here, a rainbow of color set against towering peaks. It feels like the train is carrying you through a living painting. At the top, Scenic rewards passengers with one of Switzerland's most stunning panoramas. The Eiger, Manche, and Jungfrau Mountains rise like silent guardians, their snow-capped peaks glittering in the sun. On clear days, the view stretches all the way to Lake Thun and Lake Brienz below. Many say this railway isn't just a ride, it's the most romantic way to meet the Swiss Alps face to face.